Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is a 60-minute slow then flow class. It's kind of my signature class for the morning. It starts pretty slowly. There's about a 20-minute warm-up, and then it starts to flow, and then we cool down. It's a great morning practice to help restore range of motion in your body so you can just feel comfortable in your skin as you step out into your day. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And go ahead and begin your practice coming into Sukhasana, easy cross-legged seat. Perhaps propping yourself on the edge of a blanket to help elevate your spine and allow your knees to relax down so you can sit upright comfortably. And then just resting your palms face down on your knees, shuffling out any restlessness from your body and gently closing your eyes. And relaxing into your upright position, brightening across the chest and finding an elegant length through the sides of your waist. And sitting quietly now, we'll start with some deliberate breathing. And your breath is one of the most important mechanisms in your body for balancing your nervous system, more so than the mind and the body itself. And breathing deliberately allows us to enter into a rhythm of restful awareness. And we're just going to look at refining your breath. Finding equilibrium. Take a moment to steady your posture, sit tall, and with your eyes closed, begin to emphasize the gentle contraction at the back of your throat. Finding your Ujjayi breath, breathing with sound. And in this breathing practice, we divide our breath into 4 parts, sometimes known as square breathing or box breathing. Your inhales, exhales, and the pauses between your breath are all the same length. And I'll talk you through a couple of rounds and then practice on your own at your own pace for an additional 4 rounds. So wherever you're at, empty your lungs and then breathing in for the count of 4. At the top of your inhale, pause and hold the breath for the count of 4. Exhale through the mouth as if you're sighing for the count of 4. Bottom of your exhale, hold the breath, count to 4. That's 1 round there. 1 more round. Inhale here for the count of 4. Hold the breath, count of 4. Exhale through the mouth, count of 4. Hold the breath, end of your exhale, count of 4. And then practice 4 more rounds at your own pace. No rush. You can imagine that you're breathing around a square. Each side equal. And then when you've finished your 4 rounds in your own time, just sit quietly, continue to breathe. And invite your own natural pauses now in between your breath. And sense the smooth, even tempo you've established. And take this cadence that you have found to your breath with you as you practice now. Taking one more deep breath in and out. And as you breathe out, draw the chin in toward your chest and gently, gently blink open your eyes. And from here we're going to shift down onto our backs, coming into the middle of the mat. And squeezing both knees in toward your chest. And just take a few rocks side to side, massaging your low back spine. So we're going to start with a nice slow warm up and then start to move, breathe and flow. So keeping your right knee hugging in here, you're going to extend your left leg out straight, resting your heel to the mat. And just pause there, take 3 even deep breaths. Breath out, breath in. Find your rhythm. As you exhale, bring both knees back in. And go ahead, extend your right leg out straight. Rest your heel down. Pause. Take 3 smooth breaths. And you're just trying to relax there through the inner crease of your right thigh. As you exhale, knees come back in toward your chest and gather both knees in and lifting your head and your heart. So you rest down on the low part of your shoulder blades now. And we'll just move through a few rounds of what I call digestion abs. They're great for improving your digestion and just getting everything moving. As you breathe in, send your legs away and your arms out wide. And as you exhale, bring the knees in and lift the buttocks. Inhale, send the legs away, arms away, and exhale, draw back in. And just stay with that sequence, moving in time with your own breath, unhurried, and emphasizing your exhale as you draw the knees back in. And taking a few more rounds. And bringing your breath with you as you move. Legs can come a little lower if you want to make it a little stronger. Arms could shift out overhead. Or legs a little higher. And that movement less exaggerated if you need to take care of your low back spine this morning. And you're feeling a little sensitive there. Just taking 2 more rounds. And resting knees in toward your chest. Let your head rest back. And just turn on the back of your head so you relax and soften your neck muscles. From here, we're going to move into happy baby pose, taking a hold with your hands to the outer edges of your feet, drawing your knees down toward your armpits. So your shins here are perpendicular to the floor. Your feet look like they're holding the ceiling up. And try not to apply too much pressure here, softening through the inner groins. And lifting your head if you need to make it more comfortable for you through the low back spine, or perhaps more accessible. And taking one more smooth breath in. And as you exhale, draw the soles of your feet together, your arms thread through in between your knees and catch a hold of your ankles. Knees are out wide, soles of the feet to touch. And as you breathe in, take a rock back through your spine. And as you breathe out, come all the way up to sit and find Baddha Konasana. And take a loose diamond between the legs, feet and the pelvis there. Give yourself some space. And catching a hold of your ankles, we're just going to flow through a few rounds of cat and cow in this shape. So as you breathe in, you're arcing your spine, lifting your torso, rocking forward on the sit bones. And as you breathe out, you're doming your spine, hugging the belly in, chin drops in toward your chest. And then just move at your own pace. Moving in your own comfortable range of extension and flexion. And gently warming your body up. We'll take one more round each way. And rocking all the way back to a neutral spine. From here, take your legs out wide into Upavista Konasana. Flexing through your toes and pressing the back of your legs into the mat. So if you found that you've slouched in this position, you can take a more narrower space between the legs or place a blanket underneath your buttocks. So you're just going to take your fingertips behind you and really exaggerate that length through the sides of your waist. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, keep your right fingertips behind you and reach across with your left hand to your right leg. Inhale back to center, both fingertips behind, and switch. Coming back to center, and then just alternate between the two. And you might find that you can come a little deeper, perhaps reaching toward your opposite foot. Or you might like to stay a little bit more upright. Just make the movement suit your body, moving comfortably and engaging lightly through the abdominals to help support your low back. We'll do one more round each way, breathing smooth. And then coming back to center. And then replace the soles of your feet together so you find Baddha Konasana again. This is just a transition here. And we're going to keep the left knee where it is and fold your right knee behind you, pointing your right toes behind. Try and keep that right thigh pointing forward so it's not out on a diagonal. And take your fingers around to your left now. So you're just resting on the tops of your fingers around to the left. Lift and expand your chest and your side waist. And breathe deeply in. And as you feel yourself breathe out, flatten your palms down. As you breathe in, lift even taller through your spine. And as you exhale, walk your right hand away, folding, bowing in toward the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side, coming back to Baddha Konasana. And now fold your left knee behind you, rotating your torso to take your fingertips over to your right now. Inhale here on your fingertips. Exhale, flatten the palms. Inhale deeply, lift the chest. And as you exhale, walk your left hand away now. Your right elbow will probably bend here, just finding a nice shape there. A little bit of an upward dog through your upper spine. Breathe in deeply. And exhale, release. And from here, just unravel your legs and make your way into a tabletop position. Situating your hands underneath your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Knees under the hips, hip width apart. And we'll just flow through a few rounds of linear cat and cow, and then we'll change the shapes just to keep warming up through the spine and breathing space there into your upper body. As you feel yourself breathe in, arch the spine, let your belly soften, look up. And as you breathe out, dome your spine, slide the shoulder blades broad, chin toward the chest. 2 more rounds, each direction, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, smooth rhythm to your breath. As you breathe out, round the spine, take your buttocks to your heels, child's pose. Just here for a beat. As you breathe in, come up onto all fours, arch the spine. And as you exhale, take a long exhale, buttocks to the heels, child's pose. 1 more round just like that, coming up and arching, softening the buttocks, lengthening through the back of your neck. Exhale, round the spine, child's pose, buttocks to the heels. All fours as you breathe in. And gently tuck the toes, lift your seat, and make your way into downward facing dog. And when you arrive here in downward dog, emphasize a length to your waistline by bending the knees deeply and pointing your sit bones up toward the ceiling. So you just take your hamstrings out of the equation, focus on lengthening down through the sides of the waist, the arms, and then spread all your fingers so you feel firmly anchored through your hands. Take a few rounds to pedal out through your heels. And with your knees bent, you might like to sway the hips, a little bit of movement. And coming back into stillness, lengthening through the back of your heels, engaging through the quad muscles above your knees, hollowing out through your belly, and breathing deep. And taking 1 more smooth breath in, send your gaze forward in between your hands. At the end of your exhale, bend the knees and walk lightly to the top edge of your mat. Set your feet up hip distance apart. And as you breathe in, come up halfway, slide the hands to your shins, find your flat back, pause there, legs strong and straight, active feet, crown of the head reaching forward. And then as you breathe out, just soften everything, knees, upper body, and fold. Let your arms go droopy and floppy, hang in ragdoll. And as you breathe in, unravel your spine, come all the way up to stand. Reaching the arms overhead, sending the gaze up. And then resting your hands to your heart as you breathe out. Keep your feet set up hip distance apart here. Rock a little forward and back until you find that equilibrium through the soles of your feet. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, send your gaze up. And as you exhale, swan dive forward over the legs. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana, your hands to your shins, finding that flat spine. Exhale, refold over the legs. We're just going to start to flow with our breath. Arms overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, hands to the heart. 1 more round just like that. Arms overhead, breathe in, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, dive forward over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, looking forward. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Rise to stand as you breathe in, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Toe heel your feet together, bring the big toe mounds to touch, standing at the top of your mat. We'll do a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar C, a low lunge salute. Arms circle overhead as you breathe in. Dive forward as you breathe out. Stay with your breath. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And as you breathe out, right foot lunging back, right knee to the floor. Circle your arms up to frame your ears and stay here as you breathe out. We'll take a couple of breaths. Inhale, lengthening long through the sides of your waist. Exhale, Perhaps dropping the hips down further forward. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, hands to the floor. Plant the hands either side of the front foot. Step quietly back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to a high push-up. Firm the legs, gaze forward, knees, chest, chin as you breathe out all the way down to the floor. Inhale, take a low back bend, very little pressure in the hands. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and slow breath out. Breathe in and breath out. Step the toes together at the back of the mat, right leg rising as you breathe in. Step your right foot forward, left knee to the floor. Reach the arms when you're steady, breathe in. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle in. One more deep breath in. Exhale, hands to frame your front foot. Step forward lightly to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to fold. Breathe in, rise to stand. Activate your feet, push the floor away. Exhale your hands to your heart. Second round, one movement, one breath. Arms circle overhead, breathe in. Dive forward as you breathe out. Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in. Lunge your right foot back, breathe out. Right knee to the floor. Arms overhead, breathe in. Hands to the floor, breathe out. Step quietly back, downward facing dog. Ripple forward, high push-up as you breathe in. Low push-up, chaturanga, breathe out. Back bend of your choice, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Toes together, back of the mat. Right leg rising as you breathe in. Step your right foot forward to the top edge of the mat, breathe out. Left knee to the floor, arms circle overhead, breathe in. Fingertips to frame your front foot, step forward, top edge of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in. Forward fold, let it go, breathe out. Rise to stand, breathe in. Hands to your heart as you breathe out. Inhale, arms overhead, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Lunge your left foot back as you breathe out. Left knee to the floor. Arms circle overhead, breathe in. Hands to the floor, breathe out. Downward facing dog, stepping back. As you feel yourself breathe in, ripple forward, high push-up. Knees, chest, chin, or a full push-up, breathe out. Back bend of your choice, arcing the spine, open in the chest. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Step the toes together, left leg rising as you breathe in. Step your left foot forward, breathe out. Right knee to the floor. Arms overhead when you steady, breathe in. Fingers to frame your front foot, top edge of the mat, step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise to stand, root down through your feet, breathe in. Pause, hands to your heart, breathe out. Another deep breath in. Slow breath out. Arms circle overhead, breathe in. Uttanasana, forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in. This time right foot steps back, runner's lunge, breathe out. Back leg straight as you breathe in, lift and open the chest. As you exhale, work towards straightening the front leg, pulse the hips up and fold in. Rebend the front knee. We'll do that twice more. Arch the spine a little. Exhale, fold in over the midline of your front leg. Rebend the front knee, runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid variation here. Rise up high onto the balls of the back toes. Rebend the front knee. Plant your hands either side of your front foot. And you're going to raise your left leg up and back, down dog splits. Take a deep breath in. Take a core lunge in the air as you breathe out. Knee in toward the nose, round the spine. Inhale, left leg up and back. And as you exhale, do take your time stepping forward into a high lunge. Left foot over in the left lane, right foot in the right lane, both toes, all the toes pointing forward. Reach the arms when you're steady. Frame your ears. Melt the shoulders away from your ears. Take a smooth breath in here. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, elbows bend, and then lift and brighten your chest. Just pause another couple of breaths. Keeping your breath steady and smooth. Arms reach up as you breathe in. Bend your right elbow now and swim it down in between your shoulder blades. Catch your left hand to your right elbow. Pause for a couple of breaths. And as you breathe in, reach your arms up to frame your ears, high lunge. And as you breathe out, send your left arm back, your right arm forward, and twist, revolve. And if it's more comfortable for you here, you can take your left hand to the small of your back and just reach the right arm forward. If you're struggling with balance, your eyes can stay forward. And now we're just going to flow through that same sequence, one movement, one breath. Face forward, arms reach up, high lunge. Breathe out, cactus arms. Inhale, arms reach straight. Exhale, cow arms, bend your right elbow behind your back. Inhale, reach the arms again. Send your left arm back, right arm forward to revolve. High lunge as you breathe in. Vinyasa as you breathe out. Hands to the floor, step quietly back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to a high push-up. And as you exhale, lower slow to the floor or to a hover. Upward dog or cobra. It's moving gracefully in your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths in and out. Smoothing the rhythm of your breath. And perhaps closing your eyes, tuning in, staying present. Smooth breath in, send your gaze forward. Exhale, step or lightly float to the top edge of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise to stand, breathe in. Hands to your heart as you breathe out. Stay with your breath. Arms overhead, breathe in. Dive forward as you breathe out. Firm stomach muscles, flat back. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Lunge your left foot back, runner's lunge, breathe out. Stay here on the fingertips, reach your heart forward, heel back. And as you exhale, pulse into pyramid, lifting, straightening any amount through the front leg. Rebend the front knee as you breathe in. Exhale, bow in. And one more round, just like that in your own range of motion, breathe in. And pyramid pose as you breathe out. Come back to runner's lunge as you breathe in. Send the right leg up and back, down dog splits, breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Core lunge in the air, breathe out. Inhale, right leg rises. Try and keep the hips level. No rush stepping forward to your high lunge. Right foot laterally out in the right lane. Feet are about hip width apart. Arms rise to frame your ears, palms face one another. Once you're steady, take a deep breath in. Exhale, cactus your arms, elbows out wide at the height of your shoulders. Emphasize an opening, receptivity across the chest for your breath. Reach the arms, breathe in. Go ahead, bend your left elbow now, submit down in between your shoulder blades. Right hand to your left elbow. Inhale, reach the arms up. And send your right arm back, your left arm forward now, or your right hand can come to the small of your back. Just pause, take another breath in and out. And we'll flow back to center, breathe in. Cactus the arms, breathe out. Reach the arms, breathe in. Bend your left elbow and place it behind your back. Breathe out. Inhale, go ahead, reach your arms, find length through the sides of the waist, and send your right arm back, your left arm forward. Arms forward, face forward, breathe in. And take a vinyasa as you breathe out. Hands to the floor, quietly back to downward facing dog. Pause and rest there if you need to do less. Or flow through your vinyasa, your own pace, your own breath. And taking 5 deep breaths when you arrive. Invite your breath into the front and back of your lungs from the bottom all the way to the top, and empty your breath all the way down at the pit of your belly. Rest here. Calm the rhythm of your breath. And taking one more deep breath in, gazing forward. And at the end of your exhale, step or lightly hop to the top edge of your mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale to fold. Rise to stand as you breathe in, reach tall, stand tall, exhale, hands to your heart. Arms circle overhead, breathe in. Dive forward as you breathe out. Extend your spine, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, right leg lunging back, runner's lunge. Breathe in here, extend your chest forward. Exhale, pyramid variation, lift and straighten your front leg. Rebend the front knee, plant your hands, and raise your left leg up and back, down dog splits. Take a deep breath in here. 3 core lunges in the air as you breathe out, knee in toward the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Nice controlled movement. Exhale, core lunge. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, core lunge and hold it here. Hug the knee right up and in, round your spine. Send the gaze forward between your hands and lightly step forward with your left foot. Come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Rising up, floating the arms out wide and settling in. If you can, find a longer stride between your feet. Make sure your left toes are pointing forward and just lightly ungrip your toes. Spread through the soles of your feet. Feel the pinky toe edge of your back foot firmly grounded. Your back leg nice and sharp and straight. Steady your gaze out over your left middle finger. Pause, breathe. And if you can, lunge a little deeper toward a right angle, lengthening the inner left groin toward your left knee. Keep the legs where they are as you inhale. Reverse your warrior, left arm reaches up and back, and you can keep your gaze down or send it up, whatever feels more spacious. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, make your way into side angle Parshvakonasana. Variation, modification here. Just take your left forearm to your knee and send your right arm straight up. I personally prefer this variation. If you'd like to come down a little further, left hand to your inner left ankle, right arm can reach overhead, making a diagonal line from your right fingertips to the outer edge of your right foot. Take a few breaths here. Find space, sense of ease in the pose, a rhythm to your breath. Push down through your front foot, come all the way up and reverse. And as you go, straighten your front leg. Lift the kneecap, engage your quads, and as you exhale, windmill both hands to the floor inside of your front left foot. Coming into lizard, both toes point forward now, back knee to the floor. And hug your left knee to your upper left arm, and a little bit of movement here is nice. You can circle the hips or just simply rock back and forth. If you want to make it a little stronger, you can raise your back knee, reach back through your back heel. Try and keep extending through your spine and keep the collarbones smiling open so your breath is free, lungs accessible. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, reframe your front foot with your hands and then slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders to straighten out through your front leg, flexing your left toes back toward you. And as the toes curl back toward you, push out through the balls of your feet to send them forward toward the front edge of the mat. Quads engaged on your left thigh. Front of the chest, front of the spine open and unwrinkled. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll forward onto the sole of the left foot, frame your front foot, step back through a vinyasa, either downward dog for a rest or flow with your breath. Breathe deeply as you move. Keep the integrity in your shape, controlled movements, and we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Take a few resting breaths. Gently unhinging your jaw so your mouth can relax. Take a smooth breath in, gaze forward between your hands, and at the end of your exhale, step or lightly hop to the top edge of your mat. Halfway lift when you arrive, and forward fold, breathe on. Rise to stand, breathe in, and we'll just keep it flowing here, folks. As you breathe out, bend the knees and fold. Second round. Halfway lift, breathe in. Lunge your left leg back as you breathe out. Runner's lunge. Deep breath in, heart forward. Exhale, pyramid variation, folding in. Inhale, re-lunge, runner's lunge. And as you breathe out, send your right leg up and back. Down dog splits. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, core lunge in the air. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, squeeze in, round the spine, push into the hands. Inhale, down dog splits, reach up. And as you exhale, pause here in your core lunge. Make more space between the floor and your chest. And then gaze forward between your hands and lightly step forward with your right foot. Help it along. If it doesn't quite make it there, make your way into warrior 2. And floating the arms out wide. And settle in, make space and length across your chest through the reach of your arms. And then just check in, make sure both arms feel equally engaged. Your torso feels upright. Your armpits balanced over your hips, wrists over the ankles. Lunge a little deeper if you feel like you can and you feel steady in your breath. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back, right arm. And as you breathe out, side angle pose, forearm can rest to your knee, left arm straight up, or any variation that feels spacious for your body. Settle in, breathe deep. Keep powering up your back leg. Equal pressure in the feet, sides of the waist lengthening. Push down through your front foot, come all the way up, reverse your warrior and straighten your front leg as you go. And as you exhale, windmill both hands to the inside of your front foot. Pop up onto the back toes and you can drop your back knee down or keep it raised for lizard pose. A little bit of fluid movement here in your lizard. Try and concentrate on softening through the inner right hip crease. And keep breathing. And then preparing for Ardha Hanuman, your half monkey pose. Reframe your front foot, drop the back knee to the floor. And shift your hips back so you can straighten out through the front leg. And again, toes curl back toward your face. Balls of the feet push forward toward the front edge of the mat. Try not to lock your knee here. Keep your breath steady. And then gently roll forward, frame your front foot, take a vinyasa, stepping back, downward facing dog. Ripple forward, high push-up. Gently, slowly lower, low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Rest here, 3 to 5 deep breaths. Breathing smooth. Breathing deep. Tuning in and staying tethered to your breath. With a smooth breath in, gaze forward. End of your exhale, bend the knees, step or lightly hop to the top edge of your mat. Bring your toes together, take a halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Rise to stand, reach tall, stretch your body out, and then as you exhale, hands to your hips. Stepping back with your right foot now, come into spread leg forward fold. Take a really wide stance with the feet, turn your heels out and your big toes in. And take a deep breath in, supporting your low back spine, lift and open the chest. And as you exhale, forward fold between your wide legs. And a little bend in the knees here is always appropriate if you're really tight through the back of your legs. Just running your hands down your legs now. And folding forward, allow your head to relax. And really slowly transfer your weight into both feet so you feel even from the heels to the toes. As you feel yourself breathing, come up halfway. And as you breathe out, walk around toward your left foot and make sure your left toes, your foot is pointing forward. And we're going to come up into a balance. Do your best here, just staying patient. Transfer your weight into your left foot and hug the right knee in toward the left knee. Slowly, slowly come all the way up to stand with your right knee hugging in toward your chest. If you need to reset, feel free and make your way into tree pose here, Vriksasana, right knee out to the side, and the right foot could be placed in your inner upper thigh or below your left knee on the calf, or if you're feeling less steady today, tap your toe to the floor. Hands to the heart center, just find your focal point, your balance. And then once you feel steady, slowly shrug your shoulders up toward your ears. Brighten the chest and allow the shoulder blades to slip down your spine, your shoulders to soften away from your ears. Taking 3 more smooth breaths. Reaching the arms overhead, reach tall. And really slow transition, forward fold, foot down and fold over the legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, step quietly back, downward facing dog. Forward to a high push-up as you breathe in. Lower through your vinyasa, breathing out. Back bend of your choice as you breathe in. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Deep breath in, gaze forward. End of your exhale, step or lightly hop to the top edge of your mat. Breathe in deeply, halfway lift. Exhale slowly, forward fold. Rise to stand as you breathe in. Hands to your hips as you breathe out. Stepping back with your left foot now, turning toward the long edge of your mat. And from here, we're just going to turn our heels in and our toes out, taking your hands to the tops of your knees and let your shoulders shrug up toward your ears. Lean your torso forward and drop the right shoulder lower than the left shoulder. Then turn your gaze up over the left shoulder. And then opposite side, left shoulder drops, right shoulder up, and gaze out over your right shoulder. And once more each side. So you should feel a lovely sweet stretch through your upper back there as you move. And then come back to center. Place your hands down to the floor or fingertips down. And straighten your legs, turn your heels out, toes in. And even if you need to bend your knees here, take your right hand underneath your right shoulder to the floor. Send your left arm straight up toward the ceiling so you find a twist. You can stay here or turn your palm backwards and take your arm behind you and either find the small of your back or your inner thigh. Just focus on opening through the chest. Keep lengthening from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Reach your arm back toward the sky. And exhale, left hand down to the floor, switching sides. Right hand to the sky as you breathe in. You can stay here a couple of breaths or turn the palm down and thread the right arm behind you, perhaps catching the inner left thigh. So you're just finding a comfortable shape in your body so you can breathe an easy breath. Right hand straight up toward the ceiling as you breathe in. And hands to the floor as you breathe out. So you're going to walk now and face your front foot and preparing for tree pose. So just making sure your right toes are pointing forward and you're on your fingertips there. You're going to just hug the left knee in toward your chest. You're practicing your balance, toning, strengthening your right glute muscles. Come all the way up if you can. In one smooth movement, make your way into tree pose. Left knee out to the side. And then sandwiching your standing leg into the sole of the foot. So you're hugging everything to the midline of your body. Your palms press. Your gaze falls steady. Couple of smooth breaths. Slowly shrugging your shoulders up toward your ears And then roll the shoulders back, your shoulder blades down, your spine. So you feel bright, spacious, open and receptive, steady and at ease. Slowly reach the arms up. Forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. We'll skip a vinyasa here. Just find a long stride, comfortable stride in your downward dog. Spread all your fingers. Reach your heels back. Point your sit bones as if you're trying to lift them to sit on the ceiling. And from here we'll come into a nice deep hip stretch, stepping the toes together at the back of the mat. Now your legs are nice and warm. This should feel good. Right leg rising as you breathe in. Right knee to the back of your right hand for pigeon pose. So if it feels uncomfortable to take this and it bothers your knee, you can come onto your back and take a hip groin stretch from here. Otherwise, just making sure that you feel level through your hips while you're on your fingertips and your heart's lifting before you fold forward. We're just going to take 5 smooth breaths. Emptying your weight down into the right hip and feeling a softness creep between your shoulder blades and out to your arms. Jaw relaxes. And then take a deep breath in, gaze forward, walk your hands back, press into your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Heels pedal out, toes step together, left leg rising as you breathe in. Left knee to the back of your left hand as you breathe out for pigeon pose. Do proper blanket underneath your left buttocks if you feel it quite uneven here. It's a nice support if you've got air underneath your left buttocks. And just extending your heart forward as you bow down toward the floor. Keep your back leg extending and take smooth, even breaths. And one more deep breath in, gaze forward between your hands. And this time as you exhale, walk your hands back. If you had a blanket, slip it out so you can sit down on your left buttocks and sweep your right leg around to the front and position your right foot in front of your left ankle. So your right knee's bent, left knee out to the side. We'll set up for a twist, taking your right fingertips behind you. Raise your left arm toward the ceiling, and as you feel yourself breathe out, hug your front knee or hinge your elbow to the outside of the knee as you revolve around to your right. Conscious that you're breathing in deeply and that's elevating your spine. Conscious that you're twisting with integrity, moving through the rib cage, your upper back, keeping your belly, abdominals engaged. As you breathe in, face forward to release, and then taking your hands interlaced underneath the sole of your right foot. Sit back onto the soft part of your buttocks, and as you lean back, raise the right leg any amount, and you can keep a right angle at your right leg, or you can extend your right heel up toward the ceiling. So as you do that, just invite your spine to extend so you get even more space between the belly button, sternum, crown of the head. Torso's lifting here. Gaze is up toward the big toe. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, release and unravel the legs. Both feet to the floor here for boat pose. Sitting again back onto the soft part of your buttocks. Hands behind the back of your knees. Float the legs and bring a right angle to your legs. So you can stay with your hands supporting your knees, or you can reach your arms alongside your legs. Straight leg option also an opportunity here if you feel really strong in the core, low back, spine and the abdominals. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, release. And we're going to repeat that sequence now, taking your right heel to your left buttocks and placing your left foot in front of your right ankle for a twist. Left fingertips move behind you now. Raise the right arm up toward the ceiling as you breathe in. And exhale to twist, either hugging or hinging the elbow to the outside of the knee or just hugging the knee there. 3 deep breaths. Accentuating length through your spine as you breathe in and twisting as you breathe out. One more deep breath in and exhale, face forward. So we're going to take our hands interlaced underneath the sole of your front foot there. Rock back onto the soft part of your buttocks, raise the leg and either work at a right angle shape here or straighten your leg any amount. Push out through your heel, engage your quads, send the gaze up. Lift tall so you've got a sharp inverted V shape through the front of your body. One more deep breath in. Exhale, both feet down here. One last boat. We're going to hook the big toes with our peace fingers and thumbs. And again, you can keep your knees at a right angle. Rock back onto the soft part of your buttocks. This involves a little bit of balance. And then just float the feet up off the floor. Curl the big toes around the fingers so you're pushing them forward and you keep a bind. And either straighten the legs here to balance right on the sit bones, or keep the knees bent and accentuate that opening through your chest. Building core strength through the low back, spine and the abdominals here. One more deep breath in and exhale, release. Feet to the floor, unbind yourself and extend both legs out straight in front of you. 4, and with your legs straight, flex your toes back toward you and sit evenly on both your sit bones. Reach your arms up alongside your ears. Last posture before Shavasana, forward fold as you breathe out. And your hands can rest either side of the legs there, or you can catch your feet. And just finding ease in the posture as you direct yourself toward rest. Here at the end of your practice. And just taking a couple more deep breaths in and out. Letting go. And when you feel ready, making your way into Shavasana or seated meditation. And I'll just let you know that we are at 60 minutes now, but do take a few minutes here at the end of your practice to rest, be still and soak in all the benefits of your practice. And as you rest back in Shavasana, allow your legs to fall wide apart. Position your arms away from your body. And allow your eyes to close. And take a few moments to yourself to be still, to not rush. to feel at peace. Namaste.